Hey guys, Welsknight here, bringing you another brand new video. And in this video, we are going to be learning how to make an awesome thumbnail. Now, there are two things that you will need for this. First of all, you're going to need a free program called Paint.net. You can find it easily by going to Google, and it will be this second link right here. The download that you want is this one. Click on this. Unfortunately, this is only compatible with Windows computers, so if you are a Mac user, I'm sorry, but this is probably not the tutorial for you. So, Paint.net, the other thing you will need will be a website called cooltext.com. And this is a great free website with a lot of options for editing. Now, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to pictures, and we'll just grab a few different things. I'm going to go open with Paint.net. So we've got a screenshot from the game that I'm going to be making a thumbnail for. And we've got a screenshot of my character in that game. So first thing we'll want to do is go to the one that you're actually going to make into the thumbnail and resize it to 1280 by 720. Then we'll come over here, we'll use the wand tool, and you can see there's a tolerance up here, and I've just highlighted a good portion of my character. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to bump that down to, say, 18. We'll delete this up here as well. Zoom in, make sure we didn't miss anything, which of course we did. There we go. And really all you need, you don't have to delete everything, you just need to delete enough that you can draw a box around it like so. Go ahead and copy that. I'm using Control-C. And then we'll come to our actual background, our screenshot, and we'll add a new layer in the lower right here. And then we'll go ahead and paste this in. I'm going to go ahead and enlarge it a little bit, maybe about here. And then we'll maybe rotate it a hair as well, just because I think that looks a little bit better. Now, we do need text for the game. So we'll go to Google, and I'm just going to do a search for Minecraft logo transparent. We'll come to images, and I'm just going to grab this one right here. We'll go back to our thumbnail that we're working on. I'm going to go ahead and actually just close this one since I don't need it anymore. We're going to add another new layer and paste this in. I'm going to bring it down in size a little bit, just like so. Now, when you're taking images off of Google, you want to make absolutely certain that you are not taking anything that's copyrighted, especially if you plan to monetize your videos. So keep that in mind. Next, we're going to grab the actual text that we're going to overlay over the thumbnail. And that is going to be using cooltext.com. So when you go to cooltext.com, you'll see a large list of different logos that you can pick from. My personal favorites are Keen, Glossy, and I've used Skate a couple times too, but Glossy is the one we're going to use here. Now, you can customize everything you see under any given logo. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to change the color. I think I'm going to go with a blue-green gradient. And then the outline as well, and I'm going to make that frost black. We'll bump this up to, say, size 90. I'm going to change the text font to something else, since this is the Hocus Pocus SMP server. I'm going to try to find something that's sort of magical, or reminds me of magic. And we'll go Hocus Pocus SMP. Then you just go ahead and copy that. Add another new layer, and I want that to be bigger, so I think we're going to bump this up to size 90. Let's try that out. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I want to note that we're adding a new layer for a reason. If we do it without adding a layer, you can see that the transparency from the text cuts out some of the other image. So we're adding the new layer for that reason. And we'll just kind of overlay it like right here or so. Now we need to find out what we're going to use for the actual episode font, the episode and the episode title. So I think I'm going to stay with the glossy one, but I'm going to do a different font. Let's go to modern and use maybe Coda. I think that sounds like a good one. And we'll change the color to frost green, I think. And everything else looks good. So let's make this size 100. No, let's leave it at 90. I think 90 is a good size. Now add another new layer, and we'll just put that right here. Oh, what am I doing? Just kidding. We need to actually put in the episode title. So we'll call the first episode New Beginnings. There we go. Copy that. And we'll just put it in like right about here, I think. We want to make sure we leave room for episode 1. And then we'll do episode 1. And once again, we are going to add one more new layer. Just like this. And that is all you got to do. You've got an awesome thumbnail. Now, there's a few things to note. When you save it, you'll want to go Save As. And you'll want to save it probably as a PNG image. You can see there's already a test run that I did here, because it took me a little longer to find color schemes and things like that I want. So you'll save it as a PNG. Also, one pro tip, if you will, is to save it as a paint.net file once you have everything except for the episode number and the episode title. Because then what you can do is for episode 2, say I want to do episode 2, I can just reopen that, and all I have to paste in is the episode number and the title of the episode. That saves you a great amount of time. It means that the first thumbnail you make will take a little while to make it look good, but every thumbnail after that, all you have to do is generate that text on cooltext.com. So definitely a time saver. Now, there's a few things you want to keep in mind while you're making thumbnails. First and foremost, obviously when someone is looking at your thumbnail, it is not going to be the size that you see on the screen as you're making it. It's going to be greatly reduced in dimensions, especially if a potential viewer is looking at your thumbnail on, say, like a cell phone screen. So you want to make sure that the text that you put over the thumbnail is legible and fairly large. The text is probably going to be the most important thing when you're making the thumbnail. You also want to stay away from using the built-in text tool. I'll show you what I mean. If I put this up to 72, even if I make it in like white, you'll see I don't know what. I said white. I said there we go. Episode 2, New Beginnings. And you can see that this really looks kind of lousy. It looks garbagey, and it's just stay away from the built-in text tool. Use cooltext.com. It's free, and it works a million times better. So, as I was saying, make your text large, make it legible. Now, bright colors, I have found, are going to be the best when you're making your text, because you want your thumbnail to stand out in comparison to all the other search results. However, with that said, although bright colors are good, you don't want to be gaudy and annoying. So, like, for example, if I come here and I use fire, and I go episode 2, well, that's not even, this breaks the legible law too, so that's a bad example. Let's not use that one. Let's go to, I don't know, bad acid, and we'll change the highlight color to something that's not purplish pink. But we'll do something like this. You can see that this just looks bad. It's not very, even if I enlarge it to make it the right size, you know, you can see it's gaudy, it doesn't have that polish. So the ones that I really like on Cool Text are Glossy and Keen, because they are simple, but they're still much better looking than the default text tool in Paint.net. So that's pretty much it. To summarize the whole thing, when you're making thumbnails, layer images, use variety, make your text large and legible. That's probably the most important thing. Don't use the built-in text tool. And be creative, or at least as creative as you can. So that's thumbnails in a nutshell, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave me a comment. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.